Welcome to Youth Speaks. I'm your host, Akeem, and on my left we have
Stefan Allen.
And on my right we have
Kevon Kirkland.
And we are Youth Speaks. So,
I said this is BBC News or something. Kind of look a bit.
Yeah, I was trying to find something, but BBC News could work.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about procrastination and laziness.
That's right.
Yes. So you see, my people, we as Christians, we struggle with these things too. You know, it's not just unique to any set group of people. Procrastination and laziness is a serious life impacting thing. And there's so many. If you read Proverbs alone,
Proverbs alone,
draping up of the shirt, man.
Fully.
Every single scripture. And it's like, we don't really take it's something that's so under the radar as a problem that we don't really pay much attention to it. So we thought that would come together, talk about some of our experiences, give some advice here and there. And yeah, let's see if we can just let you guys know that you're not the only one out there suffering from chronic procrastination and laziness.
Especially with the school year starting, September.
Yeah.
Procrastination is at an all-time high. I guess. Well, then again, you have some people like me, you're like, yeah, new year, we're going to try our best and, do the right things.
Yeah.
I guess people can get some tips like that too, how we can get over it.
That's true. As well as like if you're working and there's some things that you need to be doing and you're putting it off, thinking that, yeah, man, enough time. And then by the time you're lucky, you wake up, you don't have more time. So, yeah, but we're going to get into this.
Yeah.
And let's start with my guy Kevon. Am I right here? I mean, so Kevon, where procrastination is concerned, like, what's your whole perspective on it?
My perspective on procrastination is that it's something you have to work at to get over. I feel like everyone has a level of mediocrity that they feel like they can just sit and chill and life will be fine. Everything will be okay. But I feel like you have to pray and ask God to give you that fire, that spirit to keep going and to push on.
Motivation and thing, yeah.
Get somewhere. Fulfill his goal for you.
That is such facts, bro. Especially where the inspiration is concerned, because if you're not inspired, if you're not motivated, if you don't have like a purpose attached to your life a certain way, it's really difficult for you to move and take initiative a certain way.
Yeah, and the part that really resonated with me is when he said about that level of mediocrity. Like, it's fine, I don't need to wake up early. 5 minutes now kill me.
Yeah.
10 minutes on the snooze button now kill me. And you realize the entire day get thrown off just because of the 1 5 minutes or the 1 10 minutes the way be like, yo, I can just do this tomorrow or whatever the case is. And your granny tell you that good saying, what put off to tomorrow you can do today. Because that would really mess you up.
Yeah.
Because personally I have some instances where assignments due the following day, like the following week, that is. And I'm like, I can start it on the weekend.
Yeah, soft.
Yeah. Come church on the weekend, idle.
Yeah.
and then time pass, and then you realize that it's just 2 days away for the assignment, and you realize that the work that you thought was easy.
Yeah.
It's never easy.
Yeah.
You needed the entire week to complete it, and then you have to do a week worth of work in just 2 days.
Yeah, and that is so rough. Especially, I used to be the type of person in school where my procrastination was particularly bad to the point that I might get an assignment with the same mentality that's goodly easy and thing, never reading the instructions.
Wait, so how you do the work?
No. I do the work like when I read the instructions, but like when I read the instructions, I realize,
it's actually hard.
It demands, it's going to require this amount of time, this amount of
research
effort.
and stuff.
And I already swallowed up all that time watching movies and playing games. So, boy, this don't look too good.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you like how much it can actually impact your life.
Yeah.
I mean, in your experiences, what experience have you ever had where procrastination and laziness just kind of dealt a blow to you? Like it's like a wake up call situation.
Well,
I'm wondering.
When I did my first driving test, I
story so
put off
interesting.
studying everyone said, the road test is easy. I was like, I can put off studying until like an hour before.
Boy.
Put it off until an hour before.
Yeah.
I went in,
So you're open on the wall.
Yeah. And there's another time that my Spanish teacher told me, "Oh, we'll have a test next week." So I said, "Oh, I don't need to study." He came and gave it the Friday instead of the next week Monday. So I ended up failing that test.
Damn, and it's Spanish, brutal.
Well, luckily, thank God, he didn't use the test on.
He didn't use the grade.
Because he felt it was a little unfair, but
But it was a wake up call.
It woke me up, and I was like, I need to get my stuff together, man.
Yeah.
With me, I think it was an interview. I don't remember where it was, but it's more of the name of the company or name of the business, The purpose is in the actual thing. So like they were asking me, so what about the company? I'm winning all of the questions, and they're like, so what about the company? Like, what do we do that you really appreciate? And I was like, wait, what do they do? Because I was like, I can read about them later. And then the interview came on, and I'm like, you know what? It's fine, I can wing it. Yeah. And then they asked me, and I'm like, well, I believe, just the way how you take care of your customers, just the way how you deal with the people, and it's not just about money.
Right.
And I started preaching. And best believe, I don't know what the company is. I don't remember which company it is. I genuinely don't remember. Yeah. Because I didn't really take the time to be like, you know what, I can take this seriously and then put aside a certain amount of time for the preparation of the interview, because I believe that I'm smarter than everybody else. I really need for going to interview prepared, because we can wing it. It always work. It always work. Sometimes we need for ready. As much as me get through and it work. Yeah, it's not a good feeling for when you're blank faced, interviewing people waiting for you to say something. Yeah, because make you look incompetent. You look stupid.
It can be super embarrassing for sure. I think one experience I would have had would have been, I think, when we have choir practice, I believe. And there's a particular song, and most people in the choir knew the song, but I didn't know the song, right? But I'm like, a choir and thing, so I'm supposed to kind blend in and thing, and I mean one them I go hear. You understand? So we just said, the morning thing, enjoy myself, gallivant, etc. And then Sunday come now, and then the song start play. And then I was also relying on the lyrics as well. But apparently something's wrong on one particular day. And when we were supposed to do the singing now and thing, everybody had them thing. I'm there.
Mumbling,
And then it wasn't until like after we sang and came off, like a lady came up to me and said, "You never know the song, though." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" I was singing like, "No, man, but even seen a VM company in the car, So I look it up. I said, "You don't know the song." And then like, so as much as that seems so simple, kind of brought to my mind, so not being prepared. You think you're not being seen, but you're actually being seen.
Exactly.
So it's something that really brought the reality of it to me. And just to share something, I remember one time I ran an experiment, because my grandmother went overseas at one point, and I ran an experiment like, okay, I'm gonna play a movie while doing some things around the house, just to see just how much time I'm actually wasting. And I played like this movie called Lord of the Rings, and it was about a 2-3 hour movie.
Lord of the Rings long.
And I'm just going through the house doing everything I need to do, and then by the time I finished doing everything I need to do, the entire movie was finished. And I watched, I did this, I did that, and I'm saying, is this how much time I'm wasting on a daily?
That's profound, fam.
Yeah.
Because imagine all that effort and time where you could be using doing something productive. We put it off like, I can do that later. I'll just watch this one movie. I'm not gonna take up much time.
Yeah.
And look at that.
Swallowed up everything, bro. And then, the Bible often talks about one particular proverb I remember is the proverb would have been speaking to observing the ants, right? I think I wrote it down on my phone. Just give me a second real quick. So I was saying, go to the ant, you sluggard. I mean, I felt that. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from sleep? And that's Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6 to
11.
Yeah, to 11. Well, not the it wasn't all of 11, but yeah.
Oh.
So when I look at that, I'm thinking to myself, wow, the ants really don't have anybody telling them to do anything. So it's like they always have to be in a constant state of taking the initiative to do certain things. And that cannot always be easy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then I think one time somebody would have shared that sometimes we procrastinate maybe because we just can't handle the stress. Alright, so for you guys, has it ever been a thing where it's because of what you're thinking about that might push you away from doing a particular task or anything like that?
Well, I would like to touch that, but just to go back just a little bit, especially with the verse talking about the ants.
Right.
It's different for us because, you know, most of us, our needs are already met, and what we're procrastinating, putting off most of the times is probably something that we probably don't deem essential. So maybe it's even from a point of survival. Like if the ants don't do this, them dead for hungry. They dig the burrow and them thing, you know, them not on a shelter and all these different things. It's a matter of necessity. Like if it don't happen, we're dead. So maybe the survival instincts is where, you know, it pushes them to do what they need to do. And for me personally, if something that upon, you know, high level of priority in my life, I need to get this done, it really and truly not faze me. I'm like, you know, that's fine. I can put it off. I can have that done next day. I can try that again tomorrow. And then, you know, it keeps on getting pushed back until it reached the top part of the priority where supposed to fix the car, and then, you know, loud that one sound there, and they left your road. And then you wonder, how this happened? I can't believe, man, I just what day, and you realize it's been months. You've been hearing this sound, you've been doing nothing about it, and until something happens, then you know, foolishness happen, and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna get this done now, because you don't have any choice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
it end up costing you more in the long run.
Exactly, it does.
Down,
it does.
You have to get tow truck to.
Yeah, money.
And
the mental strain, because you're goodly probably late for work or late for school, or probably reach that one interview where you never prepare for. Say like a person close the morning, and the person close in the morning say already late, and say you can make it and in the car, but no. So procrastination, on top of procrastination, just messes you up.
No, bro. Yeah, it doesn't profit anybody to be putting certain things off.
Exactly.
You know.
But stress. I think you were saying something about stress.
Yeah, I was talking about stress, like the whole idea of just when you run everything through your mind, I need to do this, I need to do that. I mean, and then, you know, I'm wondering if like procrastination for you guys is like more of an escape thing than you know, I just don't want to do it a certain way. I don't know. Like, how's the whole mental process for you when procrastination comes in?
I mean, when school started to get hard at first, I was like, I just really can't be bothered to do this. It's taking up a lot of my mental space. Let me do some easier things. Like wasting time is a lot easier than sitting down 2-3 hours studying. Yeah, so at some point, yes, you feel like doing the easier thing rather than the hard thing that will get you your results.
Yeah. I think procrastination has a lot to do with fear in certain regards, because let's say even this youth speaks, probably today we'll be like, yo, you know, I'm supposed to do it today, and I want to think, you know, maybe next week, you know, and because you probably need, you know, never prepare for it or whatever the case is, and you're like, and then put it off because we never have nothing prepared, or maybe, you know, the topic we'll have today, maybe nobody not got interested, maybe nobody not gonna watch, or maybe, you know, we're not gonna reach nobody, or I didn't wear the right shirt today, maybe, you know, and then, so I guess fear is a big component in that with procrastination, because you're afraid to do it and then fail. So if you put it off until you're more prepared, but the thing is, we're on perfection, and we're not gonna catch perfect, none at all. It's never going to be perfect. So you have to start when you're not ready, and then over time build up to the perfection we want, and then again you're still chasing after perfection, and you're just building and growing and grow. So I think procrastination for me specifically, you know, and it's just stressing for real. Because even with the car thing, I have a car thing because I'm supposed to get it serviced. I think this month. There's no specific date when I should have gotten it. I think I have until like October, November. But because I have time now, I'm like, I'm gonna get it serviced today, Saturday. Never work out. I'm here, it never work out. Because the people are like, oh, it's not going to be a quick service. It's going to take 4 hours. And I'm like, 4 hours out of my day. And I'd rather be doing something else. And then the stress figure talk to the mechanic them and think about different things. All that I'm like, at a later date, I can manage them and do it. Because as somebody was just driving a car and thing, I don't know if you probably have some sort of insight. When you don't know about certain things about the car, you feel away because him ask you a couple questions and you're like
yes.
so yes. What you say happened to this now? What happened to this? You never check this, you never do this, you never flip up this and do this. I'm like, no. Am I supposed to know what that means? And then it exhausting to talk to them because I don't know half things the same. And then you're stressed because you don't know if what they're actually telling you is wrong with it is actually valid. Sure. And then the fact that I've probably pull up a little Google search for find out, it make you look away. So all that actually for me personally, I stress me out and I'm like, do it Saturday. Saturday come, I find excuses. I have this, I have that to do. I'll do it next Saturday. Stay tuned to see if I do it.
Well, they always have a saying that procrastination is a thief of time. I think they left out money as well. It's not just time alone. But yeah, guys, like as you guys can see, procrastination can be a very destructive thing as well as laziness. And I mean, everybody has a different perspective of laziness and how laziness is. Because sometimes you might be lazy for maybe you're probably mixed up with depression, or sometimes you're just plain lazy, or sometimes it's for whatever reason. But at the same time, discipline would be the best antidote for that.
True.
Because discipline doesn't rely on feelings. Laziness relies heavily on feelings. So the best way to override something like laziness is definitely going to require you to be disciplined, regardless of how you feel, regardless of whatever is in your head. Doing what needs to be done has to take precedence, because once the feeling passes and you also did the task, you will feel the reward of knowing that, okay, I actually met the deadline. Regardless of how I felt, I met the deadline, I got my reward for it, and really and truly, that's what it's really all about. So I would encourage you all to observe the ants, really and truly. You don't have to literally do it, but think about them, and recognize that being like an ant, doing what needs to be done for the sake of your survival, for the sake of your health, for the sake of your family members, for the sake of your loved ones, it's very important that you focus on getting the task done regardless of your feelings.
And this whole thing with the Bible talking about denying your flesh is really and truly important, because if you deny your feelings, as you're saying before, and be objective about it. So it's not a matter of if I feel for wake up today and go to the gym, if I feel for study, or if I feel for doing anything. Put your feelings one side, because them not gonna help in the long run. If you need to do something, you put it on your objectives and say, this is what I have to do. It's not a if I maybe want to do it, or if anything. Is I'm waking up this morning and I'm reading the Bible. I'm waking up this morning, I'm going to I want prayer with the Lord. I'm waking up this morning, I'm gonna read couple verses or couple pages out of the textbook, whatever the case is, and you have to get a different level of discipline. And you can train this by simply just being like, you're watching a show and you have a whole season to watch. People love Netflix.
Binging.
Watch one episode.
Like in old days.
Just watch one episode and just force yourself to be disciplined enough to be like, I'm only going to watch one episode today, and that's it. Tomorrow you probably watch the next one. Because it's just these small different things that we can take into consideration. We realize we really make our feelings and our body rule a certain way, and that help with procrastinate. Because if we actually had different levels of discipline where that is concerned, we wouldn't be caught up in I'm gonna feel like do this, I'm gonna feel like do that, and then you have weak children and this generation. Well, I don't want to sound too disrespectful, but we're seeing it time and time again where people just don't feel like to do things, and then that's just it. Not putting aside mental health, because you have to take time for yourself, and But with things that you know that you're supposed to be doing and the discipline you need to actually execute, I think we need to actually focus on that and then push it forward. And I think there's a rule. There's a 3-second rule, I believe. They said count to 3. You're supposed to do something or wake up and then start something. Just count to 3, then do it. Like you get 3 seconds of idling and you just do it immediately. Just don't think about it. So if you're lying down and the alarm go off and you wake up, you're like, damn, I'd rather snooze right now, and you can't bother. 3 seconds, just get up. Immediately. Just don't think about it, just get up. What's the next task? Move to the bathroom. 3 seconds, move. That way, give it.
So that's how it hurts.
Exactly. That's hard. But so you just give yourself the 3 seconds and you move, and that can actually train. Repeat. What is it?
You don't give yourself time to overthink.
Exactly.
Should I not? Just
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one of my little things I use to actually go about my day. 3 seconds. Just do it.
What I use, I time block my day. So I would put a certain task in, and I'd put a lot of time that I want to finish it in, and I'll try to execute that task within that given period. And then if I have extra time left, then I can use that for fun. Pretty much.
So proper scheduling and stuff.
Yeah, I put in my tasks that I need to do first, and then the rest of the time I have left after I've done those tasks. That would be my free time.
That's good.
That's good.
And also it'd be nice to have a person to do it with as well, so they keep you accountable. Because I don't know about you, but I don't like letting people down, I guess.
So I'm sure you.
If I show someone my schedule and say, oh, this is what I plan to do, and they look over it and they're like, oh, did you do it? And I said no, it feels bad for me. So that's what I do.
So what if you don't reach that time goal, like you said, a certain task, like what's your next thing?
If I don't reach that time goal, then I just try to complete it, and then another task that I'd push it to the next day. But at least I've known I did the task for like an hour solid. Like I know that I put in the effort to do it. So
you have to teach a class man that. I feel like that's a big one video to itself. Just like time management. Yeah, that's a good one. Time management with Kevin Kirk.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess we can review the tips that we have. So what we have for tips so far?
I guess the tip I gave would have been just override your feelings and get it done. Discipline, like really instill it within yourself and try to keep your head away from what you're feeling and think more about what needs to be accomplished and how much it's going to reward you when you accomplish it.
Yeah, and then taking 3 seconds of just you being able to idle for the 3 seconds and then just executing whatever it is you need to do. That doesn't give you any time to skylark or imagine other ways or trying to weasel the way out of the task. So 3 second rule. And then Kevin said?
I said time blocking and having an accountability person to go to. So keep you accountable.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Well, that was our whole view, and that was it for the topic of procrastination and laziness. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you got some very useful advice. I hope you understand that we're all going through it, and we're doing everything we can to overcome it, because we know that we are called to be overcomers as Christians, and we have to, in the name of Jesus, do so. So we thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, and at least one person got any value from this. We did our job.
Yes.
Like the video. Like it, man. Subscribe, yeah. Comment and share with your friends and thing. We'll be here all week.
Alright.
I don't know, but yeah, we'll be making other videos here, and we have a whole series coming up on dating. Yeah, so keep tuned to that, because we'll be continuing. We'll have a whole lot of people coming.
Yeah.
Just a little sneak peek. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be something for sure.
So until next time.
Yep.
Take care.
Too.